This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today is the President and CEO of Global Energy Metals Corp, Mitchell Smith. Welcome back. Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks very much for having me and Global Energy on this.
Well, it's good to be talking to you again. I know we spoke about a year ago. We got a bit of a high-level overview introduction of the company. And I should mention that you are TSX listed, OTCQB, and also on the Frankfurt as well. So plenty of access there for investors. But it's nice to have you back on to get a bit of an update as to where the company is. And as I remember, the model of the company, you have your own internal sort of wholly owned exploration projects that you obviously go and look to prove value through exploration and that kind of work. And then you've also got projects that you look to partner with or move on to other companies. So there's two kind of elements to the Global Energy Metals business here. So maybe we start first of all on some of the M&As that have happened recently, some of these mergers, but partnerships you've had. So let's talk first about the sale of the Ontario asset. That was to an Australian listed company.
Yeah, correct. We definitely have a hybrid approach for the company in terms of adding value for our shareholders, and we've been very successful in terms of employing that strategy thus far. And the sale of the Warner Lake Cobalt Copper Project in Ontario to High-Tech Metals really exemplifies that, and really highlights the opportunity that we have to partner with other groups, with other peers that have interest in the battery space. Not only do we gain equity exposure to them and their portfolio, but we also are able to utilize their balance sheet to advance these projects forward. And that's very much what we did with the sale of Warner to High-Tech Metals. They were able to raise nearly $5 million through their IPO on the ASX for the advancement of Warner, as well as looking at other opportunities in the battery metal space. So very excited to be working with them, and again, it's a validation of our strategy.
So how closely will you work with this company then going forward to advance these assets?
Yeah, they'll be independent to us. We do have board representation on High-Tech, but we will we'll allow them to run with this, and they have a very strong technical team. They've been able to they'll be making some hires in Canada so that they have jurisdictional expertise as well. So we're very much aligned with their strategy, and look forward to seeing Warner Lake see its full potential developed over the next little while.
Okay, and of course, that's a good position for the company to be in, because if you have no direct cost commitments to that project now going forward, but you have the retained shareholding, so any upside value there coming is basically free, is it?
Exactly, and through this transaction, we were able to negotiate a significant ownership in High-Tech. We have about 7.6% in their float, so a sizable holdings, and we see there being a significant amount of opportunity for growth within that company, and appreciation of our value that we have in High-Tech.
And is there another significant bit of acquisition news that went on recently with Rana? There's a quite significant spend commitment, I think.
Yeah, this is very exciting for us, and again, this further validates the strategic interest we have in the Rana Nickel Copper Cobalt Project in Norway. We just announced a partnership with a group called Kings Rose Mining. They're an ASX listed company. Amongst multiple highlights of this new partnership we have with them is the commitment for $15 million to be spent on exploring and developing the Rana project and neighboring claims, which include a past producing Bruvan nickel mine. So again, we're very excited about this. GEMC has a partial carry on the spend. So again, no need for capital injection from Global Energy for some time. And we think that this property is very very important to a future European supply of Class 1 nickel. So again, very excited with this partnership with Kings Rose and Fabian Baker and his technical team.
Okay, excellent. Well, let's talk then about some of the exploration projects of the company directly. I know last time that we spoke, we were talking about Nevada there. You did say that you were drilling, but that was over a year ago, so I'm sure lots of activities have happened there. There was also another program going on in Idaho, I believe. But, you have commodities, you have projects in copper, cobalt, and nickel, and some precious metals as well. So a good range of commodities there. And I know we spoke last time about it being quite a focus to be in the battery metals space as energy metals going forward, which is certainly coming to the radar of a lot more people. There's a lot more headlines around that. Even who would have thought that the rare earth elements would be on the tongue of your average person? But it's getting to that point. You're hearing it a lot from global leaders now. So this is where the next push is going to be, I do believe. So let's talk about the Nevada projects then. That's Lovelock and Treasure Box. What work's been going on? What's the latest from these projects?
Yeah, certainly, and you really hit it there in terms of these critical minerals, these metals that are geared towards this transition to net zero are really on everybody's mindset, and we've been involved with the space for over a decade and really have advocated for securing new supply and safe supply of these metals that are critical to electrification. And like you said, we've built a very strong portfolio of these projects in jurisdictionally safe parts of the world, and multi-commodity opportunities. Our internal focus is on Nevada. We believe we have two very prospective projects about 100 miles, 150 kilometers east of Reno. These are have historically seen limited mine production of very high grade copper, nickel, and cobalt, all very essential for this transition to clean tech. And through fragmented ownership, have never really been explored to the full extent. We've been able to start that exploration over the last several years, and it's really culminated in some very interesting discoveries that we've made. We've partnered with groups like American Battery Technology Company to look at processing of the material. We've partnered with an AI and machine learning specialist, Earth Labs, formerly Goldspot. Conducted several different programs of exploration, a small drill program on Lovelock that returned very exciting results, and now looking to take the next step in exploration with those projects, including drilling Treasure Box for the first time in 30 years, which has a very high grade copper that we were able to show through a sampling program done just recently, and look to follow up on drilling at Lovelock as well. So very exciting opportunity, very exciting time, and I think as the U.S., North America, really pushes to secure or onshore supply of these critical metals, we're at the right time and certainly in the right place with projects in Nevada.
And just in terms of those two projects, then, you said there's been historical exploration there, but for your company and recent activity, would you say it's still early stage exploration?
It is, yeah. It's certainly early stage. I mean, there was work done at turn of the century in terms of actual production of material, but because of that fragmented ownership, it never was. Modern technique was never used to explore the properties. We've gone and done that, and that's what I think is so exciting about these projects are that there is this delay or this time gap that hasn't seen that exploration until us, and we're really pushing the agenda on that, pushing the envelope on that in terms of using modern exploration technology to uncover the potential for those projects.
And in terms of the early signs that you're getting then from the work you've done, are they looking promising? Can you give us an idea of how you and the team are feeling about it?
Yeah, for sure. Just for example, on our last sampling program, we engaged DeRouge Geological to do a field exploration work, mapping, sampling program, targeting areas that were identified using Earth Labs AI, and we came back with some incredible results. 36% copper sample assayed, grab sample assayed from Treasure Box, 26% copper from Lovelock, and a very high grade nickel and cobalt associated with that as well. So these are really promising, very encouraging, and this was spread out across the entire project. So it wasn't isolated, which is again encouraging for us, and really rationalizes why we need to go and do some drilling in the project and see what we can unearth.
Excellent. Those grades are significant for copper. They would excite anyone, I think. So have you planned everything? You're ready to go with exploration? I mean, what I'd like to do is, I know it's been a year since we spoke, I'd rather not take it a year next time. I wonder if we can do this every quarter. Maybe that would be nice, at least. I wonder if you can maybe set the plans for the next quarter.
Definitely, we have reached out, or we're starting to reach out with drill contractors to engage them to be able to do the work in early spring. Again, looking at the work that Earth Labs and DeRouge did to provide recommendations for next steps on the project at Lovelock, and again, there's other initiatives underway for the company and partnerships that we've established that we're working and building towards creating further shareholder value for our company.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us again. Mitchell Smith there, the CEO and President of Global Energy Metals Corporation. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.